In recent years, we've had a good number of reimagined 90s shooters. Games like Doom and Wolfenstein have been revamped and modernized according to the current advancements in game design. And while they're fun in their own right, I haven't found any that really capture the essence of the games of the era. But perhaps I'm getting ahead of myself. Overload is a game developed by the aptly titled Revival Productions, which is comprised partially of the creators of the classic 360-degree space shooter Descent. Full disclosure, I love the Descent series, particularly the first two entries, and while not in the same universe, thematically and from a design standpoint, Overload is very much in line with those two games. The setup is simple. You are an unnamed pilot who has been awoken from cryosleep and then dispatched by an artificial intelligence to investigate a distress beacon on an outer space mining facility. The signal indicates that the autonomous operators have gone haywire and become hostile. Therefore, it is up to you and your small Kodachi light gunship to enter the mines, clear the place out, and look for any possible survivors. Each stage follows a straightforward formula. You explore the cavernous mines, taking out the angry robotic auto-ops along the way and locating keys that will open the locked doors. Eventually, you'll face off against a heavily guarded reactor or boss robot. Don't misunderstand me, however, there is a lot of depth that has been layered into that framework. First and foremost, the level design here is absolutely excellent. The stages of Overload are wonderfully and devilishly handcrafted. The winding corridors contain well-placed enemy robots that want you dead, as well as all sorts of secrets to be found and new weapons and equipment to be acquired. The devs love to tease you with new power-ups and upgrades that are just out of reach, but few things feel as rewarding as when you finally locate the switch that unlocks the hidden door to get that shiny item you've been coveting. They've even included special stages for those who are either very lucky or very adept at searching these things out. If you're like me and you get easily lost in games like this, they've included an optional holo guide who will help lead you to your next destination, a power-up you may have missed, and more. But he does not give away the truly juicy secrets. For those, you'll have to seek them out on your own. All of the weapons in this game are well designed and extremely satisfying to use. The devs seem to have taken great care to make sure that every offensive tool that you have in your arsenal feels just right. There are two types of weapons: your primary guns, which include blasters of various types which deplete your energy meter, and others that use a unified physical ammunition. And then your secondary weapons, which are made up of various missiles and bombs. These require that you locate a stock of each specific type. New weapons of all types are acquired as pickups as you play. The game also features a robust upgrade system, which uses upgrade points and super upgrade points, which are acquired throughout the various levels. At the start of a new stage, you'll have the option to spend the points you have on everything from improving your weapons to the efficiency of your headlights. It's comprehensive and well handled. Regarding the AI, they're all sufficiently bloodthirsty and the resulting combat is always a lot of fun. But these are malfunctioning robots, so don't expect brilliant tactics. Just don't get cocky, because especially on the higher difficulties, it's easy to get overwhelmed and the tide can turn very quickly. As you can see, the game looks great. The visual design and lighting bring each stage to life and help build that fantastic claustrophobic atmosphere, and the effects make the battles even more tense and exciting. The sound and music are also well done and fit the game perfectly. The weapons sound powerful and the cries of the auto-ops are distinct and give them a nice splash of character. The music here really brings home that this is a loving tribute to the DOS games of the early to mid 90s, and if you really like it, it is available as DLC for the Steam version. The game's story is delivered via pre-mission briefings and through various audio logs found throughout the stages. There are a couple of twists along the way, but it wasn't what I came for. It's there to provide a platform for the gameplay, and in that sense, it gets the job done. As you complete the campaign, you have additional challenge mode levels that unlock along the way. And if that's not enough, the developers have opted to have the full level editor available as an optional free download. This seems to be what they used during development, so while it is full-featured, it's not immediately user-friendly. Luckily, they've also uploaded video tutorials on how to use it. I'd love to see some user content. Now, sadly, I was only ever able to find a single other person in multiplayer. This isn't really a problem with the game itself, but I don't feel comfortable reviewing that aspect of it at this time. If the community grows, and it should, I'd be more than happy to do a follow-up video on those modes at some point down the line. I'm hard-pressed to find anything truly negative to say. No game is without its flaws, of course, and as I mentioned, the story, while perfectly serviceable, is just sorta there. Also, the audio logs do rather frequently get drowned out by the sound of combat. Now this wouldn't be an issue, except I couldn't for the life of me find a way to replay them after the fact. Overload is the new Descent game that I have always wanted, and it gets right what other modern revivals have struggled to. It takes years of technical and game design advancement and uses it to create an experience that feels undeniably modern, but one that would have also fit in comfortably if it were released 20 years ago. And I know for a fact that after I'm done with this review, I'll be going back to play it just as I replay the games which inspired it. Even if you don't have a fondness for the classics like I do, this is a stellar action game that deserves way more love and attention. I give it an emphatic 9 out of 10. Do not let this one pass you by. It's currently available on PC via Steam and Good Old Games, and it is coming soon for Xbox One and PlayStation 4.